So I just filmed this whole video, and it was like 15 minutes long, which is way too long to subject anybody to, so I am going to try and film it again. I am outside because I really hate when I film videos and my face is super dark, but I can't really see. I hope I don't have tons of shadows on me. It drives me insane. But anyway, I'm outside. I've actually filmed my video here before. I'm here with Tai Chi guy. He's doing well down there. He's just kind of standing right now. But, he's not moving. Kind of like a statue. Anyway, you probably don't care. What you might care about, hopefully, is the question for the week. And the first part of the question is, what is gender? And there's this thing in sociology called an ideal type. And basically, an ideal type is, first you pick a word. So, let's pick male. And then the ideal type would be all of the things underneath male that make it the picture of society's image of male. So, you could say male, masculine, athletic, smart, good at math, and then you'd put all of those words underneath there, and that would be the ideal type. And I really should be citing who the ideal type is by. It's a really famous guy. It's not like, is it Weber? I hope none of my professors watch this. I think it's Weber, but I'll look that up. And that's what gender is. Gender is a set of agreed upon principles that society lives by, or society understands. And when I say agreed upon, I don't mean that we as individuals sit down together and say, we agree that masculine is this, 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 and this, and feminine is this, 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 and this. I mean that it's in our heads, that we understand what society feels is masculine, and that is the ideal type. JT said that gender is bullshit, and I totally agree. However, I believe that gender is both real and not real. It's not real because it's totally a social construction. And a side note on that, like 2 years ago, I wrote an essay on how gender is a social construction, and I got an A, because I rock. But anyway, even though it's a social construction, meaning that it doesn't have any basis except what we agree the basis is, it is real, and it's real for two reasons. The first is what I said. It's real because we believe in it and we understand it. It's real because even though I try and reject gender, when I look in the mirror, I judge myself by how boyish I look this day, or how masculine I look, and I like to look masculine. Therefore, it's real. And it's even more real for people who aren't genderqueer or don't have acquaintances or friends or aren't in the community at all. Because for a lot of people, gender is just fact. They don't question it. Number two, that kind of leads into number two. Gender is real because of its consequences. Even though I don't believe in gender, it still has effects on my life. I am going to be read as either male or female most of my life. I'm pretty sure that I'll be read as female for most of my life because, I mean, that's just a choice I'm making, and I don't plan on making any hormonal changes to my body. My voice will always be this high, and yeah, I get read as female by people who've known me for more than just, a little while, often. And that has real consequences for my life. I also wanted to talk about how the tools that we have as a society make gender something that's pretty inescapable, because even when we're describing alternate genders, we still use terms such as masculine and feminine, male and female. When you think about, if you believe in multiple genders, and you believe that there's billions of different genders out there, you still probably conjure up a scale of masculine on one side and feminine on the other, and everybody in between. So you know what masculine and feminine are. Therefore, gender is inescapable, right? And the only thing we can do is create new tools, which we try to do. However, for instance, gender-neutral pronouns and things like that, and just attitudes inside our head. But even so, I mean, it's something that's ingrained in us since birth. It's something that we can mess around with and screw as much as we want, which is what I plan to do my entire life. I mean, screw gender, right? But it's still something that we hold with us. The third part of the question is also really interesting. It's how do you express gender? And I've been having, like, I would say a lot of gender issues lately. And I've actually been trying to step back from them and just chill out and not think about gender for a while because it's stressing me out. But for you, I will do it. At least a little bit. I won't go into all those issues, but I probably will later sometime on my personal channel, or on this channel, who knows. So, how do I express gender? Like JT said, and Sam, the reason I'm not referencing your video is because I haven't seen it yet. You hadn't posted it by the time I left on Tuesday, so I'm sure you were off and know. I express gender, like JT said, through the way I dress, for sure. I don't wear female clothing, and I can't wear female clothing. Like, technically I can put it on, but I don't know if I could leave the house in it, and I wouldn't even feel comfortable in the house. It's not something I can do, and I think that will actually go really well with our topic that we talk about next week, which is mental health, because it's not something I can do. How do I know, being a very feminine person who identifies in a masculine way, how do I know, this is something that has been in my mind a lot lately, like, how do I know that I am the gender that I am, which isn't an ambiguous gender? Because it's not simply that I want it, although I don't not want it. I just feel it in my core. And it confuses me because it's like, if gender isn't real, then how come I am the way that I am? If that didn't make sense to you, that's okay, because I don't make sense to myself right now, which is why I'm not talking about gender. But, I express gender through clothes, for sure. Through actions, yes. So, in JT's video, JT said that they don't really, choose actions based on gender and try and express themselves that way. I can say that that's true for me, and that's not true for me. I've definitely relaxed quite a bit as I've aged, and I do things because I want to do them, and I act the way that I want to do. I am okay with the fact that I am a feminine person who is masculine identified. See, that doesn't even make sense, but that's a whole other video. But there are things that I do that I consciously do, or things think about and think that's masculine, and I am portraying myself in this way.